On this channel, we have tested more than 60 different trading indicators, and most of them failed. But the indicator I am presenting you today is about to enter the top 5. And that raises a different question. What is this indicator doing differently from all the others? Today, I'm going to break it down properly, how it works, what it actually performs best, and how you can use it in a real trading system. And stay tuned until the end, because I will also give you a free upgraded version that fixes its biggest weaknesses. I'm ATP, and let's get started. Firstly, I want to give a quick shout out to the subscriber who suggested this indicator. This video exists because of you, so thank you for that. And this is exactly how this series works. If there is an indicator or strategy you genuinely believe has an edge, drop it in the comments. I read everything and the best ideas get tested here on the channel. Now let's open TradingView and actually put this tool on the chart. Just go to the Indicators tab, search for No Sure Thing or KST, and it is this one right here, built by TradingView. The KST is an indicator built on 4 different rate of change cycles, each one representing a different layer of market momentum. So, instead of reacting to price like most oscillators do, the KST blends all of them together, smooths out the noise, and then compresses everything into 2 main lines. The first one is the KST line itself. When it's above 0, overall momentum is bullish. When it's below, momentum is bearish. But we are not trading zero-line crossovers in this video. Those tend to be late, and honestly they are not the real edge of this indicator. The real secret lies in the signal line. The signal line is simply a moving average of the KST itself. And when these two lines interact, they can tell us when the market's momentum is shifting while the move is starting. So, for this test, a long signal happens when the KST line crosses above the signal 1, and the short signal happens when the KST line crosses below the signal line. Regarding the settings, I am not using the default values because they tend to generate too many fake crossovers. So, for this test, I'm using 10, 15, 20 and 30 for both the rate of change cycles and their averages, with the signal smoothing of 20. In practice, this makes the indicator slower but far more reliable. Now we are going to do what we always do here. We are going to turn this indicator into a complete rule-based trading system. First, we need context. Because the KST is a momentum indicator, it performs best when it's aligned with the dominant market direction. So, we are going to filter out trades using something simple and proven. We'll use a 200 period exponential moving average as our baseline. Long trades are only allowed when the price is above the 200 EMA, and short trades are only allowed when the price is below it. Now let's talk about risk management. Instead of using fixed stops or random levels, we are going to let volatility define the risk. Stop losses will be placed using the ATR bands indicator with a multiplier of 3. That means stops expand and contract with market conditions instead of being randomly hit by noise. And for exits, we are going to use a 2-stage exit, designed specifically to take advantage of what the KST does best, catching large momentum waves. Here's how it works. The first take profit is placed at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. When price reaches that level, we close 50% of the position, and at the same time, we move the stop loss to break even. From there, the remaining 50% of the trade is managed using a trailing stop based on the ATR bands. Simple and highly efficient. Now, before we move to the testing phase, I want to show you something practical. To make this system easier to use, especially for live trading, I created a custom upgraded version of the No Sure Thing. This version already includes the optimized settings we are using, the 200 EMA trend filter, and clear buy and sell arrows when a valid signal appears. If you want to use it, I've shared the full code for free inside our Discord in the free materials channel. You just need to copy the script, open the Pine editor, click on Create New Indicator, paste the code, save it and add it to the chart. You can also create TradingView alerts directly from it, which makes it even more useful if you don't want to stare at charts all day. Now that the rules are fully defined, it's time to define our sample. For this test, we are going to cover 5 different assets across crypto, stocks and forex to see how the KST behaves across completely different markets. On top of that, we'll use 4 different time frames, ranging from lower to higher ones. And finally, all tests will cover a full 3-year period, giving us thousands of trades and multiple market cycles to work with. As you might expect, doing this work manually will be completely unrealistic. Just one asset on one time frame will take weeks. That's why all these tests will be run using the indicators testing bot. It allows me to apply the exact same rules across all assets and time frames, analyze thousands of trades automatically in seconds, and extract clean performance data in minutes. It already includes more than 100 indicators, supports custom scripts, and is used by hundreds of traders for backtesting, optimization, and even live trading. If you want to explore it further, all the details, including the free user guide, are available on my website. So, with everything set up, I ran the full backtest with the same logic and same structure. And now, let's look at the results, because this is where things get interesting. Let's start with the lower time frames. On the 5-minute chart, the results are underwhelming. The system fights with noise and the equity curve is unstable. And this isn't a surprise. Momentum-based systems like this one simply don't succeed when structure doesn't have time to develop. Moving up to the 30-minute time frame, everything changes. The win rate improves, drawdowns decrease, and the equity curve becomes much more consistent. Then, on the 1-hour chart, performance remains solid, still profitable and efficient, with Bitcoin being the best asset in this time frame. And finally, on the daily chart, we get another clean behavior. Fewer trades, yes, but higher quality. So, here's the takeaway. The no sure thing is not a fast signal generator, and it's not a plug and play indicator. But when used correctly, it becomes one of the most reliable momentum tools we have ever tested on this channel. On the official indicators ranking table, the no sure thing earns its spot in the top 5. Not because it produces flashy signals, but because it delivers consistent performance when used the right way. It sits alongside indicators that favor quality over quantity, and that's exactly why it stands out. Our top 1 still remains the Purple Cloud, followed closely by the Super Trend Fusion. And that's it. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to leave a like, it generally helps the channel more than you think, and subscribe if you are new here. I'm ATP, stay sharp, trade smart, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.